This edition of Insider Intelligence from Comply FDA will provide an overview of the second quarter 2023 Medical Device Citations Report. Regulatory trends for the second quarter increased for cGMP, packaging, and clinical activity. We begin with the top-line view of all citations issued from Q3 2021 through Q2 2023. The comparison to citations issued for drugs is made for general reference and those involved with combination products. cGMP citations represent the largest compliance risk. Complaints, followed by CAPA and non-conforming product, are the largest number of citations issued by regulators. The area of packaging not only includes labeling, but also website information where product claims are made on organizational websites. The top-line view is then drilled into quarterly cGMP activity. Specific cGMP categories are then shown to provide additional detail related to cGMP regulatory risk. This shows trends continue to increase as FDA conducts greater numbers of on-site investigations. The rate of increase is greatest for cGMP and slower for packaging and clinical. Production and process control remains the second highest regulatory risk category after quality procedures. Packaging and clinical activity are then broken down into constituent elements as well as quarterly trends. Misbranded, adulterated, and website citations comprise 97% of all observations, with the remaining 3% of observations assigned to clinical investigators. Medical device subsystem activity provides a clear picture of potential regulatory risk. This also provides a data-oriented means of prioritizing activity and resources to close potential compliance gaps. Using this data relative to associated risk supports the development and prioritization of internal audit plans, as well as prioritization of audit corrective actions received from internal, customer, and notified body audits. A quarterly trend of the top 5 device subsystems shows increased regulatory activity as regulators increasingly conduct on-site investigations. The breakdown of the record subsystem provides data showing complaint files are cited almost 3 times as frequently as device history records. As indicated by the sample observations shown, the majority of the citations are related to complaint procedures and maintaining complaint files. This data provides objective information related to compliance risk and valuable information to prioritize improvement activities and resources. Using the chart for production controls, process validation provides greatest regulatory exposure along with receiving and finished acceptance regulations. Using this data relative to associated risk supports the development and prioritization of internal audit plans as well as prioritization of audit corrective actions received from internal, customer, and notified body audits. The next 3 charts present an overview of regulatory activity for key device systems, clinical activity, and subparts G, production and process controls, and H, acceptance activities. After 6 quarters of inactivity, 2 citations were issued to clinical investigators. Activity in the coming quarters will be monitored to determine if this quarter is the beginning of an increased trend in medical device clinical investigations. Management review, quality audits, and corrective and preventive actions were among key citations issued and noted in the report. A review of quality requirements subsystem, design controls, and CAPA subsystems indicate the greatest area of risk is in design controls, followed closely by CAPA. This objective data provides proactive organizations with robust information to prioritize resources, activities, and timing of actions to mitigate and/or eliminate regulatory compliance risk. In the following pages, all device warning letters for the 2-year report period are provided. Each of these warning letters is an active link to the actual warning letter on the FDA site, as can be seen here. This provides not only the detail, but the context in which any of these observations have been made. Similarly, the medical device subsystems regulations all have active links as well, similar to the warning letters. Here, someone can see direct link to the regulation, which allows someone to look at the regulation and provide context to any observations that may have been observed.